one, of all the superstars on the roster, this guy is amongst the hardest working. That goes without saying.
Definitely shout out to Don Chaos. We know you got our back, and we got your back too, man. Denver, Colorado all day, brother. We're definitely going to hook up with you. Much love to Carnival Spirits for putting us on as well on this YouTube, man.
Shout out to you, Don Chaos, for, what is this episode, like 126 or something like that?
Yes, sir.
You've been putting in work, bro. Respect. Y'all doing some shit for the community and the fam out there. Appreciate it. So just keep doing what y'all doing, you know what I mean?
Congrats to Don Chaos for 1,000 subscribers. Whoop, whoop.
Keep it going, man.
Congratulations, Don Chaos. Yes, keep it going, man. Good luck to you, fucking Don Chaos, and fucking hell yeah on your 1,000 fucking followers.
You know who it is. It's Ouija Mac, bitch. Shout out to Carnival Spirits. And fucking shout out to Don Chaos one time. You know what's going on.
This is my brother. Everyone, Don Chaos and Brother Lynch Hung here.
Yeah, and Carnival Spirits, what's up, man? Don Chaos, what's up? It's your boy Brother Lynch Hung. We out here tonight. Let's go.
Fuego Flames and my nigga Don Chaos. What's going on, B? It's my brother right here, my boy. Excuse the left.
Yo, what up, y'all? This is Don Chaos, and I'm with a very legendary man. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Hey, Sean. Yeah, we at the gathering, y'all.
podcast/radio show of the year. This one's always controversial. Coming in number one, we got Hours of Chaos with Don Chaos. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, there. Congratulations, man. Don Chaos, Hours of Chaos.
Yo, 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 yo. What is good, everyone? Don Chaos here, back with the Hours of Chaos podcast. This is episode 235, y'all. 235. Of course, tonight we are going to be joined by the one and only Deady Casket. So how is everyone on this lovely Thursday? You know, it's finally feeling like fall down here in Florida. You know, for the last some weeks since last month, it's actually been very, very nice out. What's up, Frankie Golding in the chat? What's up, Lady Chaos? What's good? Dead Camp in the House. So what's everyone up to? What up to the 8 viewers? Again, if you guys are watching, make sure you are sharing this everywhere, all over social media, letting people know we are live and direct. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook, and we are live on Twitch. Now, as we wait for our guests, we'll just chop it up for a little bit. And like, as you guys know, we didn't really get a trailer made this month for the Hours of Chaos podcast for the month of November, so I do apologize for that. that was beyond my control. Because you guys know how I do things. I like to try to have a trailer prepared for you for the month, but this month that just didn't happen. So we're definitely gonna work on one next month. So if you guys want to be on the Hours of Chaos podcast next month, get at me ahead of time. Send your boy a clip and yada yada. Let's get the date booked, and yeah. So for anyone who was wondering why there wasn't a trailer this month, I apologize. That was beyond my control. What's that? Again, let's give a round of applause for Lady Chaos and Lithium Quinn for having a very dope Let's Sesh on Tuesday, which was very dope. If you guys haven't checked, they interviewed Nick Bazaar, so go check it out. It was a very great show. And yeah. So right now we're just waiting for our guests. They're in the green room, but I think we're just waiting for them. I think they had to go run and do something. Yeah, I still can't believe we're on 235 episodes. That's insane, y'all. Of course, it's almost the weekend. So hopefully everyone's good. So yeah, if you guys are chilling, watching, light something up or drink something. So yeah. All right. Our guest said give them 2 minutes and they'll be ready. So what's up? Hopefully everyone's doing good. So, any topics y'all want to touch on tonight while we wait for our guest? Of course, one thing we can look forward to next month is Ball is on a boat. So who all is going there? Tickets are on sale right now. Get a chance to see ICP perform on a boat in New York Harbor. How dope is that? In the middle of December, though, that sounds cold as hell. But it sounds fun. Sounds very dope. I believe Ouija might be playing there too. Also on the 16th. Well, the 15th, you have the West Coast Christmas in Las Vegas which is Triz, of course, Wacko the Kid, and of course, Hex. So, sounds very dope. Oh, yeah. All right, y'all. Believe we are ready. So let me get everything ready. Right now, our guest is actually in the green room right now. So what's up, Davey? How goes it? Again, if you guys are tuning in, again, make sure you are sharing all over social media, letting people know we're live, as well as if you are watching exclusively on Carnival Spirits, super chats are welcome. And for those that don't know, I am going to be finding a new site for Dawn Chaos swag. So there will be a new Dawn Chaos merch store up and running. I just got to find a new site. And I'm actually going to have someone help me run that site. All right, y'all. Looks like our guest is fucking ready. So let's give him the proper introduction. Ready to rumble, old school WCW style. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the show from the depths of the underground in good old my home city, more or less, good old Denver, Colorado. Please welcome Deady Casket. Deady.
What's going on, gang? Hi, friends. I'm Deady Casket. What's good, Don?
What's up, man? Welcome to the show.
Energy, gang.
So how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Lots of shit going on, you know?
So I take it because you told me you're from Denver, and because it's dark, I'm feeling you might be in a sewer somewhere in Denver or something.
I'm actually not from Denver. I just moved here in February.
Oh, okay. So what do you think of it so far?
Oh, man, Denver's the shit, bro.
Yeah, I'm actually from there, but I had to move away because, there, if you don't make good paper, it's hard to live there.
Oh, yeah. It's expensive as fuck.
So, yeah, of course, we have your homies Dead Camp in the chat.
What's good, gang?
So, yeah, what we do on the show is you just give a brief introduction, who you are, where you're from, how long you've been doing music, and, yeah, then we will ask with the questions.
I am Deady Casket. I am hailing from the underground, the underworld. I am from Minneapolis, Minnesota, but I just moved out here to Colorado to make my dead vibes move around. You dig? I am an artist, an actor, an entertainer, a musician, a producer, a writer, and a photographer. I do everything for my fucking self. I do graphics, all that shit. If you need something, you know where to find me at Deady Casket.
Yeah, and that's the best way to do it is self-made. That's kind of like how I do with the show. I mean, I have people that help me, but also I like self-do it myself in some sense.
Fucking energy, gang.
So, yeah, you came all the way from Minnesota, and you picked Denver as a good spot because the underground scene in Denver is fucking lit.
The underworld. It's fucking lit out here.
Because you know we have the homie Scum there and everything.
Yeah, Scum's a cool motherfucker, you dig? Shout out to Scum and all them dead motherfuckers over there with the LSP, you dig?
Yeah, so how was your Halloween in Denver? Because I've always told people that Halloween in Denver is awesome.
Every day's Halloween for Deady Casket, but Halloween was fucking lit. I went to a fucking party with my boy Ralphie Sway. We was fucking turned up. We had that bitch turned up. They was like, "Oh my god, I love your mask!"
Hell yeah. And in case you don't know, man, we are actually going to be joined by a co-host tonight.
Okay.
Because I do a thing on my show now where there's usually a special guest co-host. So let's see who we got. Oh shit. Who is that?
What's up, Dawn?
What's going on, gang?
What's up?
Oh, it's just Jason Chaos, Dawn's twin brother.
Yep.
I can't see shit with these dark ass sunglasses on.
Don't ask me how I'm able to see. I don't know.
I can't see nothing because I'm on my phone today. Usually I'm on my laptop, but I'm only able to jump on real quick. I just wanted to say what's up, and I made a promise I'd stop in, so I wanted to at least stop in and see what's going on.
Hell yeah. For those that don't know, Dead Man Crow, he's the other part of Dead Camp.
Energy gang.
Yep. Dude, my fucking head feels big today for some reason. So, what did I interrupt? Because I totally missed everything. I just got home and shit. Like, I'm crooked and shack. I
was
can't.
just talking about Halloween and how Halloween was, and every day's Halloween for me, goddammit. But Halloween was fucking. How was Halloween for you?
I don't know, man. I took my kids trick or treating. I did the
And
dad.
I know you've told me, Crow, that Halloween in Pittsburgh is dope.
It is. It's the whole October season in Pittsburgh is pretty dope. We got some pretty sick ass haunted houses here. There's a lot of actual haunted locations that people try to go to. It's dope. Pittsburgh's pretty dope for Halloween. It's like how New York is for Christmas, I guess. That's how you would. I guess that's how I would put it.
That makes sense.
That's dope.
So, I know Dawn's down there in the Florida state. Where are you from?
I am from Minneapolis. I was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, raised in Minneapolis, but now I reside in Denver, Colorado.
Oh shit! You moved out to Colorado.
Yes.
That's where. And then Dawn had to leave. Dawn left Colorado.
Yep.
I always tell people I went from living in the mountains down in the swamps.
You went from living in the cold to sweating your ass off 24/7.
That's true because because I live in a brick house, and if you turn down a fan just a little bit in here, it gets like an oven quick.
Oh, I know. My uncle lived down there, and I used to go down to Orlando in the summer, and he lived in a trailer, dude. Those aluminum trailers, dude, were like fucking straight up ovens. I swear I was horrible.
Oh, I know what that's like. I used to live in a trailer in Denver, and this trailer was built in the 70s. So yeah.
God.
And it wasn't no nice. It wasn't like, you know how they have real nice ass trailers nowadays. They got like triple trailers or whatever the fuck they're called. They're like luxury trailers. Nah, my uncle lived in this it was like a 2-bedroom. People were sleeping out in the living room. There was cockroaches everywhere because it's Florida. It was it was bad. But the only good thing about that is he worked at Disney and he used to take us for free as kids, so I got to go and check that shit out.
Oh, word.
That shit's expensive now.
Yeah, I even found out that even if you're a resident here, it's expensive now.
Everything's fucking now.
Yeah.
They raised all that. You'd be better, dude. Dawn, if you seriously, you'd be better off buying one of those annual passes, bro. If you live down there, because it's cheaper to do it that way. It's like $1,200 for the year, dude. That's dirt cheap when you can. That's like 12 trips to Disney, bro. There's people that take advantage of that shit.
Well, and I only live like almost an hour, maybe 2 hour drive from Disney, so it's not bad at all.
You live you live like a rock toss and some swamp ass away from Disney.
Yeah, like I literally, I'm like literally right where I live. I'm almost smack dab in the middle between Tampa and Orlando, and each is not that far of a drive. So that tells you.
Yeah, there's a sick ass horror shop down on International Drive down in Orlando, dude. It's like a horror. It has like all kinds of horror shit, dude. I wish I could have went to it. I just recently seen it online. Dude, they have all kinds of horror memorabilia and shirts, and they have like photo ops where you get like, they have the scene where Michael Myers is like coming through the closet with the butcher knife.
Hell yeah.
They have like one of Jason in the Woods, dude. It looks so sick. I wish I could have went to it. I got to figure out what it's called. When I remember what it's called, I'll shoot you a fucking text so you can check it out.
Hell yeah. So Deady, how long have you actually been like making music, and did you go by other names before you came up with your name?
Yeah, I went by other names, but that name is dead, so it doesn't even fucking matter. But I've been doing music for some years now. I'm a polished artist, seasoned veteran in this fucking game. But now alternative punk / gothic / Afro-punk / hardcore / whatever the fuck you want to call this underground shit. That's the sound I'm making.
So you're diverse, and that's one thing I like about artists is if they're very diverse these days.
Gotta be diverse, gotta be able to, reel in everybody, It may not be the look, the aesthetic, but maybe one of their songs that I'm not actually screaming on or I'm singing on, they fuck with.
See, that's what I like that as an artist. See, that's how I am. Like I try to reach different platforms of people because I don't want to just be known as a one trick pony. I don't want people to be like, oh, Dead Man Crow, this is all he can do. I want them to be like, dude, this dude does boom bop, this dude does hip hop, this dude does horrorcore, this dude does fucking like metal rap. This dude can sing. Like I want them to realize that there's a talent there. It's not just a gimmick, I'm not just trying to sell you one thing. If I'm putting shit out, I want to be able to touch a bunch of different people. I don't want just one genre of people. I want to expand for the world. I don't just want one genre. You know what I'm saying? I don't want like a lot of people just get into the game like, all right, I just want to get all the juggalos as my fans. I want more than that. And I'm pretty sure you feel the same way. I want more than that, bro.
Yeah, most definitely.
And I've always told people juggalos are just a part of this whole underground community. We're just a tiny bit fraction of that. There's more in this community.
We underground, but I feel like the shit that people that I see that are in this shit with me, like Dead Camp and we're making this shit mainstream. Like sooner or later, popular music is only the thing that's popular, So what we're gonna do in this next year is take the fuck over, and we're about to really have popular music because it's gonna be undeniable. We're not just putting mask on, we're not just screaming on beats, we're not just making noise. We're gonna be really making a fucking movement. And what I feel from the gothic and the dark underworld community is there's a lot of unity, and that's what we don't get from mainstream hip hop. There's always beef and who's better. When we get around each other, it's mutual energy. We're all rising. You know what I mean? So that's why I love the underground and underworld.
And I think DJ Clay said it right. Like if you remember the intro to DJ Clay's album, I actually did a video on this. I'm like, did the underground go mainstream? I was like, I think if anything, the mainstream went underground and that the mainstream became influenced by what we do. Because now you see like Doja Cat, she's mainstream and she's like dabbling in some wicked shit.
Yeah, but you got to remember, man, ICP, man, when they got that Disney deal and Disney tried to keep it hush hush, that's how you knew that the underworld and the underground had fucking leverage and they had a fucking voice and they have a fucking, we have a lane that they're trying to keep closed, but when the shit's undeniable, it's undeniable, bro, you know?
Oh yeah, and that's the same with Tech 9. The industry denied him for so many years, and now look at him.
Right, man, Tech Nina, man, he just turned what, 54?
And he's still rocking.
Man, killing that shit, man.
And what's funny is he was all about fuck the industry and people, and then now the industry loves that dude, bro. He told them to fuck themselves, and they still love him.
Yeah, because he came in the game, he was himself. He didn't give a fuck. He was wearing the face paint. He was He was going crazy in his fucking shows. Like,
yeah, he was like this crazy dude with spiked red hair.
Like, he put himself on fucking tours. You know what I mean? Like, he had his own tour buses and shit. Like. You know what I mean?
I'll never forget when he was on the Wicked Wonka tour with Bone. It was ICP, Bone, and Tech 9, and they would what he had for the stage show. They wouldn't let him perform in the club that was here in Pittsburgh. So they that was one of the shows. They said that he had his stage show shit was too big for the club. Like, I guess he had these angel wings that spread. And they couldn't fit in the club. And he said, if they can't go in the club, neither can I. Yo, they canceled. I was so mad. I was at the door. They canceled the whole fucking show because ICP was like, if Tech ain't playing, we ain't playing. I was like, God damn, this is bullshit. I was so fucking mad because I wanted to see that show so bad. Because, I mean, when are you going to get the opportunity to see those three together? Never.
Yeah,
I was so pissed.
Tech 9 there too. That's insane, bruh.
I was so pumped to see that show, and then they canceled it right at the door. The club was like, "Oh, we're not letting them do it." I was like, "This is bullshit." They could have went and played somewhere else, and I'd have just followed the fucking tour bus. So I didn't give a fuck. But I ended up. I think they ended up giving people refunds like a week later. The club had a refund. I guess they had a refund that ICP still got paid for that show from that club because. They showed up. The club was just being dicks, and that's another thing about a lot of these clubs. They, I don't know so much anymore, but back then, man, they used to hate on different underground groups coming through. Like they hated, like a lot of the arenas wouldn't let Manson play because they thought that he was invoking bringing the devil into the into the amphitheaters and the fucking concert places, and I thought that was to me. That was real fucking interesting because ICP wasn't allowed to play places because they threw pop. Manson wasn't allowed to play places because they thought he was a devil worshiper.
That and his stage antics were just crazy awesome.
That didn't even make no sense because the game is tricky. The game is sticky.
Pretty much.
So that didn't even make no sense. But, they pick and choose who the fuck they want to see at the top. So, you know how that shit goes.
And I think we're all starting to know how our parents feel like with a lot of the artists they grew up in, like a lot of their artists are like aging like a fine wine. And that's how a lot of us feel like a lot of the artists we grew up are still like rocking shows. Tech being 50, he's still rocking a stage.
I'm an old ass man here.
Jay's 50, he's still rocking a mic.
Bro, I'm an old ass man here. I'm 45, and a lot of the artists that I grew up with are dead, bro. Biggie, Pac, Eazy-E, they're all fucking dead, bro.
You know what? A lot of these young cats are fucking dead too, bro. They're fucking dead, bro.
I mean, look at me. I'm the dead man, so fuck it. You're right.
No, I'm saying like these young artists, like especially these drill artists, like. They are going after each other, killing each other before they even get to enjoy the fucking fame and the money. Like what?
We had that happen here in Pittsburgh. There was a what the hell was his name? There was an artist. He just got signed to Wiz Khalifa's label. Was headed out to L.A. He was driving around the hood where he was from. And his name was Jimmy Wappo. They pulled up and just shot him to death in his car in broad daylight, bro.
Shit is fucked up.
Yep. And dude, he was like out of all the like newer rap back in like it was like right before COVID. It was like 2000. I would say like 2018, 19. A lot of the newer rap was like garbage, and he was putting that shit that I was like, yo, he reminds me of old school rap. Just like, I don't know if you're familiar with like Benny the Butcher.
Yeah. I listen to everything, bro.
Oh, dude, Benny the Butcher, that dude is putting that, like, that dude actually is so sick, dude. I would love to do some shit with that artist.
It's new shit, big dog. That shit's pretty fire with Lil Wayne on it. That shit's pretty fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I look at Lil Wayne like that dude's to me, that dude, even though he's mainstream, you know, he's still like reminds me of like an underground artist. He doesn't give a fuck about what anyone thinks about him.
Well, and I liked his creative direction. Like, remember back then, he would just freestyle, and whatever he liked, they put on the record. It was dope.
Bro, he had a stenographer. That's how he knew what he was rapping. He had a stenographer sit there and type his fucking raps from. That's insane.
Damn.
Like, he would freestyle, so they would know what he was saying. He had a stenographer and they're typing that shit. I'm like, that's crazy.
Nah, that's epic.
Well, and that early Lil Wayne is epic. Like, who doesn't love the Carter 2? Come on.
Dude, when he was part of the Hot Boys, yo, he was the shit. He was the best one there.
Yep.
And then he was almost shot and killed when he was a young ass kid. That's insane.
This is another good record label that's killing it.
Which one's that?
Griselda.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Yeah. Conway the Machine. That's why when I heard that Tech Nine was working with Kanye, I'm not Kanye. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
the Machine.
Dude, I'll tell you this. I watched that whole documentary on Kanye. Yeah, when he was first starting, he was insane, like crazy good.
Well,
and when his mom died, he lost his fucking mind, and he just put out whatever the fuck he wanted to put out. He didn't give no fucks.
Oh yeah, and I even tell people I will give him credit. Back in the day, he was a phenomenal producer.
Oh, dude, he did a lot of good ass tracks.
You know, College Dropout. That's a classic album. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Did you ever see his video for Jesus Walks Show? It's fucking insane. He has a dude walking around New York with a fucking cross dressed up as Jesus. It's fucking sick.
Tell me that's not some crazy wicked shit inspired.
I mean, there it is. Like some of the ideas he had was pretty dope, but then he lost his mind, and then everyone was like, "Oh, he's insane." But I mean, who isn't insane? To live in this fucking world, you gotta be crazy.
You gotta be fucking nuts to live in this world.
Yeah, see, it's the truth.
Fact.
Yeah, and I think DJ Clay put it good perfectly on one of his albums where he said underground is now the new mainstream, and I actually did a video recently on that. It's very mind-opening.
Yeah.
So, who were some of the artists that influenced you as an artist? Like, it could be someone now, before, when you started doing music. Like, who was your influences?
I mean, entertainer wise, I'm looking at people like when I was a younger kid. Michael Jackson obviously is one of them. You know,
that's my man right there.
The fucking Beatles, fucking Ozzy Osbourne, and fucking Black Sabbath. Like, I listened to. I grew up in skateboard culture before I was like really into music. I was a skater. Like, I was into skateboard culture.
I kind of have the same background. I used to hang out with the skaters and graffiti artists.
Yeah, me too. That's what I did. I was around skaters and dancers. So I learned a lot about like b-boy and like graffiti tagging and getting a tagger name and all that shit. And then I got learned about skating, and then I got introduced to rock music, which led me to like funk music. So I like Prince and like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. I know about their story and all that shit. You know, I'm very versed in music, bro.
I grew up listening to a lot of Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd is dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dope.
And the story behind their original singer, Sid Haig. Yeah. And then that dude, he fucking took what the hell did he do? He took a bunch of acid and never fucking came out of his trip, dude. He was like insane. No, his name was Sid Barrett, not Sid Haig. Sid Haig's the fucking actor. Sid Barrett.
That would fucking suck to come out of your trip.
He never came out of it. Yeah, he had a song. There was an album called Pipers. It was their first album called Pipers at the Gates of Dawn. Dude, he had a song about a bike, yo. It was he was tripping balls so bad. He just kept talking about it. He had a bike. You could ride it if you like. It has a bell that rings and dings and things to make it look good. I'm like, this dude's insane.
That's crazy.
And the thing is, it's in the late '60s, so they could put out whatever the fuck they wanted. No one cared. Everyone was like, "Oh, it's music." It's like they didn't really have a choice of what was coming out.
And even the Beatles, even the Beatles back then were putting out some pretty crazy shit.
Oh, the Beatles might be they might be the all-time genius when it comes to setting CDs up to intertwine with other CDs. Like they're the way they did everything. Like Lennon and McCartney together were fucking geniuses.
Yeah, they were crazy.
And like just the things like the playing the record backwards where it says Paul is dead. They put all that shit in there on purpose, dude. They knew what they were doing. Subliminal messaging. They did that shit because they knew that it was going to cause controversy, and controversy sells.
Yep.
For sure.
And like the whole thing with Paul McCartney supposedly dying, and there was a replacement in there. All these years, like just some of the shit that you heard like about the Beatles, it's just insane.
Right.
And then after that, people were like, "Oh," they tried to say, "Well, Michael Jackson faked his death," and they had a whole hoax thing about that. Like every artist that people don't want to be dead faked their death. Elvis, Tupac, like all these people if they were all still alive, dude, that would be crazy.
That would be insane. That'd be fucking nuts.
Even though sometimes I think Tupac could possibly be alive. Because I heard interviews of like Snoop. He was like, I visited him in the hospital. He was perfectly fine. And 2 hours later, he's dead.
Let me ask you a question real quick, guys. So since we're on this theory shit, so what is your biggest conspiracy theory? What is your number one conspiracy theory?
Like the number one conspiracy theory that fucks with me?
Yeah, on the top of your list.
All right. The fact that we're not actually living, that we're in a fucking matrix, that it happened back in 2012, and everyone supposedly got put into a machine or a matrix to make us live a life that we really aren't living. Like it's crazy because it goes with the whole CERN shit and the Mandela effects and all that. Like they're saying that the universe is either split or you're living in a matrix. So if you keep having like Mandela effects, you're living in a different universe. If everything's the way you remember it, you're in a matrix. Like to me, that's some crazy shit that people would actually think that. Now the Mandela effects, that really fucks with me.
Yeah.
Because I swear to God, I've watched these. Like I'm a big movie buff. Like I have just like that's my little screen right there. I have all kinds of DVDs. I have fucking and I've watched certain movies so many times. I'm like, there's no way that's what's in that. That I know this movie off by heart, and then it'll be like, you'll hear, like the whole thing with the Darth Vader, when he was like, Luke, I'm your father. He never says that. He says, no, I am your father. He never says, Luke, I am your father. He says, no, I am your father. And I'm like, nah, he never said it. He always said Luke, because Tommy Boy, all that shit. When he was in the fan going, Luke, I'm your father. He never said that shit.
Yeah.
And that fucking blows my mind that how could all these people be wrong about a thing that I even remember it being a certain way. And then the same with like Forrest Gump, when he, what was it he said? He didn't say, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. He said, what the fuck did they say he said? I know that's what he says, but they said he said something else. And it just blew my mind. Like, I'm like, no. And then I go back and I watch these movies because I own them, and then it says it, and I'm like, this is bullshit because I don't remember it being this way. And there's a lot of shit like that. The Mandela effects fuck with me, but conspiracy wise, it like the world ended in 2012, and this is all just either another universe that we got sucked into, or we're living in a matrix. That is one of the things that I think is my top conspiracy.
What about you?
Well, that and the fact that Biden won the presidential election, I think that's a fucking conspiracy too.
Yo, what?
You know, I mean, how does dude? He won that shit by a landslide. He had more votes than people that voted. How is that possible?
Because dead people were fucking voting.
I know, dude. The Rock came back to life and was like, "All right."
Right.
I seen a bunch of dudes in suits in the cemetery. I bet you they were getting votes, bro.
Man, that's fucking nuts.
Oh, Dawn, what's your number one conspiracy?
Mine is about like just the whole war on drugs and why, like how drugs came into this country. You know, our government tells us this one way how the drugs came here, but is it really how they told us, or are they the ones that brought them in?
Oh, I could tell you right now who's bringing the drugs into the country, bro. The government is bringing the drugs into the country because it makes them money.
Oh yeah, there's so many conspiracies.
The war on drugs, dude. The war on drugs is a fake war. It doesn't really exist.
Oh yeah,
like that's not real. Now, an epidemic is the fentanyl shit going on in the world, killing people. That's an epidemic, and they don't even care about that. They're letting it happen because they want to control and manage the population. That's why they leak these drugs in the poor communities to kill people off.
Yeah.
Dude, now I sound like a psychopath, but it's the truth.
Population control is real, man.
Well, all I said, gotta say,
that's why COVID was invented.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah, that's why I say fuck fentanyl.
Me too.
Fuck fentanyl. Fuck COVID.
Fuck all that shit.
He said fuck all that shit.
Because I've lost some people to fentanyl, and it's bullshit.
Yeah, that's a killer right there. And they mix it in with the heroin. Done. They mix it in with weed now. You can't even buy weed. Sometimes that shit's laced. That's fucking crazy. That's why you gotta go to the weed shop.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad like Ouija Mac at this past gathering went on Mike. He's like, fuck that fentanyl shit. Take that shit back to Coachella.
Well, I think Ohio just legalized marijuana or voted to legalize marijuana.
I believe so too.
That's great news. Now, it will only take it forever to get to Pennsylvania because, I mean, yeah, medical's legal here, but not just recreational.
Right.
Yeah, medical's legal here, but for some reason, edibles are legal, like gummies. It's weird.
Gummies are the shit, though.
They are.
Dude, it's funny because you eat one and you're like, oh, this ain't doing shit. And you eat another one, you're like, oh, come on. And you eat the third one. And by the time you eat the third one, the first one's kicking in, you're fucked. You know, you're on a high like you ain't never been on.
Oh, I did that. I like took like too big of a piece, and this one you're supposed to break into little pieces. I took too big of a piece, and I was like tripping out. The last thing I remember, was, like, I kept getting up and down and raiding the fridge, and then I felt like I was having an outer body experience.
My sister gave me this chocolate thing, dude. It was like a chocolate bar. She didn't tell me to break it in half. She said, this is a weed laced chocolate bar. Go ahead and eat it, dude. I ate this shit. And she was like, did you just break a little piece off? I said, no, I ate the whole thing, dude. She started laughing at me. I was like, why are you laughing? She was like, you're going to be fucking gone.
Fucking blasted.
I think the funniest time ever is I'd smoked weed with my dad one time. And he was sick, but he wasn't like sick at the time. But he was in bad shape and he was in a lot of pain. He called me and was like, do you know anyone that can get me some weed? I was like, oh, yeah, I got you, Dad. Man, I never seen someone so high in my life. My dad was so high, he thought we were at the movie theater, and he asked me to pass him the popcorn, bro. We were sitting in the living room talking, and he was like, hey, Jay, pass me the popcorn. I was like, what the fuck are you talking? Who got popcorn? He was like, he looked around and my brother was like, where do you think we're at? And he was like, we're at the movies. He was like, no, fucking, we're at your house in the living room. He was like, oh shit. He was, I'm so fucked up. That was the first time my dad ever got high. And he was stoned out of his mind. But I guess that took away his pain that day. He wasn't in no pain after that. So that's why I dig medical marijuana, because it does. I think it does help people, like people that have depression. Like, how can you be high and depressed? You can't be high and depressed.
Chat, what's going on, my dads? Just saying what's up to everybody in the fucking chat.
I can't see. See, I ain't got my glasses on, so I can't see shit. And I don't wear contacts because it kills my vibe. I used to wear contacts, but they fucked my eyes all up. I don't know if I'm able to wear them anymore or not.
Man, I can't fuck with contacts myself. I tried. Eyes too fucking sensitive.
So, Casket, next question. Like, how did you get introduced to, like, the Wicked shit? What was, like, the first song you remember hearing that, like, got you hooked in?
Honestly, I chose the wickedness. The wickedness didn't choose me. And the song that Mr. Crowley, that's my favorite song by Ozzy. That's my favorite song, man. And it just speaks to me, you know what I mean? I don't know, like when I play that song, it's like it's a reminder, like you don't got time to waste. You know what I mean?
Message. Like, Ozzy was just, like, ahead of his time. Like, the stuff he would talk about, like, holy shit.
And just to answer that question, like deeply, I'm in tune with death because it's like death is the ultimate guarantee. And I like skulls and shit. It's just a reminder, like, every time I wake up, I see skulls around my house. Everywhere I fucking go, I see dead shit because it's a reminder that the clock is ticking against you. God damn it. This is a guarantee. You will become the skeleton. God damn it. So embrace it.
No one would be fucked up, bro. Being immortal. That would be fucked up, bro. Because everyone you ever loved or ever cared about is gonna die. That'd be some shit. That'd be a sad fucking life, bro.
Yo, vampires, the real vampires, I know they exist, goddammit. I know they are suffering in agony every day, and they have the supreme level of stress, goddammit.
Yep.
I'm gonna throw this out there. It may be weird to say this, but I believe there's two vampires in Pittsburgh. One is this lawyer, Edgar Schneider. This motherfucker's looked the same since 1990. It is 2023, bro. He looks the same. And the other one is the icon and legend, Tom Savini. 77 years old, still looks like he did in 1990.
That is weird.
Yeah, that's insane. What was the other talk show host that passed away? I can't think of his name. I thought he was a fucking vampire too, goddammit.
Jerry Springer.
No, not Jerry Springer. I didn't think he was a vampire. He was on like
I thought he was a pervert.
He was on a talk show. He was like a morning show. What was his name? God damn it.
Regis Philbin.
Who?
Regis Philbin.
Yes, Regis. Oh my!
That dude never aged either. I swear to God, he looked the same his whole entire career.
Bro, I thought that dude was a vampire. No lie, man.
He probably was. Somebody stuck him in the heart with a wooden stake.
Or people have said that about Nicolas Cage, or that he's a time traveler.
I believe that. Cher's kind of scary too. Like you look at Cher, like
Madonna. How the fuck how'd she get younger looking?
Man, plastic surgery.
I know that, but yeah, Cher's what, like 70 something years old and looks like she's in her 40s.
It's not even about the face. It's like what they're able to do still. That's what trippy. You know what I mean? Like they're able to perform, and like that's the trippy part, bro. Like what the fuck? Your body breaks down.
It's like the same with it's like the same with Dolly Parton and the lead singer from Rolling Stones.
Yep,
Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger still like moves really good, and he's like what 70 something.
They got to be doing some type of like treatments, bro. I swear.
He does vampire yoga.
They be drinking that True Blood, the blood from the show True Blood.
Oh, I bet you they do. God damn it.
Classic show. I don't care what anyone says.
Oh yeah. So that's what's your favorite TV show of all time, if you have one?
Okay, I got a few. So I'm gonna say Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh hell yeah.
That theme used to scare the shit out of me as a kid, bro.
Yo! Unsolved Mysteries. What else? The Twilight Zone. That shit was trippy as fuck.
It's funny. That's funny. Me and the missus just started watching the original Twilight Zone the other night. I'm like, God, I forgot how trippy this was.
Unsolved Mysteries, Twilight Zone, Tales from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt was always good.
Yeah.
Always, and Goosebumps. Those are my songs. Those are my shows, man. I'll watch that shit repetitively.
I like some crazy shows. Like Unsolved Mysteries was always always one that.
As a kid, what the fuck?
Dude, I was little and my brothers used to throw me in the basement and blast that shit. Yeah, the theme song and turn the lights off. I'd be terrified.
Yo, that shit used to be so fucking nuts, man. And then the host, he was just too chill. Like I'm like, motherfucker, you doing the murders?
Robert Stack, he'd be like, today on Unsolved. He'd have that. He'd be walking in like a foggy area. Oh shit, my phone's about to die.
You did the murders, god damn it! We know you behind it.
Well, I'm about to hop off here. My phone's about to die.
Thank
I'll
you for
talk to y'all
hopping on.
later. It's always a pleasure, Dawn.
Nice,
all right, man. Hopefully we're working with you soon, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's inevitable. Energy, gang.
All right, man. We'll talk to you.
Yes, sir.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Yeah. Now, Casket, another question we usually ask our guests is like, what was like the first like song that like got you like into music in general? Like, if you can remember that. Like me, it was probably something either by Prince or like Michael Jackson or something like classic, because a lot of that classic music that I love now, it's because of my family from like Ozzy and all that.
Yep. I can agree with that. My first song that really captivated me, obviously you can see from the aesthetic, was Thriller,
Yeah.
So I feel like Michael Jackson with Thriller, that really captivated me as a child and as a youth to really like want to be an entertainer and, put a show on.
Oh yeah, and that's one thing Michael Jackson is he was a showman.
Definitely was a showman. Everything counted. Everything matters.
Exactly. That dude was a rock star.
Legendary.
Yeah, and when you like read into his history and you like see the family house that they all grew up in, it's like this small ass house.
I know, right? Small, tiny ass house, man.
And he's like another perfect example of like artists that come from the Midwest that are like very talented. Like you're from Minnesota, so you guys know Prince.
Yeah. You know what's so crazy? Last May I had a fashion show at Paisley Park, bro.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, it was lit.
Yeah, cool fact is one of my homies, like his uncle actually used to be neighbors with Prince. He lived way down the road from him. It was dope.
Yeah, that's fucking lit.
And his uncle almost could have had a chance like to buy like the original Purple Rain motorcycle, but he didn't buy it. It's like, oh
man, that's lit. Yeah, Paisley Park, man, that's a place to go. You ever in Minneapolis, in Minnesota, go stop at Paisley because that's a dope ass place, man.
Hell yeah. How's actually the scene there, like just underground or the music scene there in Minnesota in general, from what you know?
Music and art and fashion is always popping out there. I would never like shit on it because that's where I got my start and my jewels from. But as far as like the underground scene, it's really slow. What I was doing the communities and shit was weird. It was wasn't really recognized as art. It was just being like it was just being me being a weirdo, you know what I'm saying? So they really don't, they're really late to like the Midwest in general. Sorry to say, they're kind of late to a lot of shit like music and fashion, like the new shit. Like they're always like inspiring with the art and everything, but when it comes to something new, it takes a little bit of more time than other areas for them to grasp onto it. Like if I go to California, they'll love this shit. I go to fucking Texas, they'll love this shit. You know what I mean? But the Midwest, they're always a little bit slower to the newer shit.
Yeah, but then you have also still those crazy religious people that if something looks utterly worldly, they're like, nope.
Yep, you gotta. I get. Are you a devil worshiper every day? Every time I'm out with my mask on, or every time I go do a show, or whatever I'm at, I got my mask on. They're like, "Yo, what the fuck is up with this guy?"
Hell yeah! And what are actually some of like your like? What was like the first rap song you remember hearing that like grasped your attention?
The first rap song that I heard grasped my attention.
Or it could be a music video, anything.
It was okay. It was a music video, and it was Busta Rhymes. It was woo ha! I got you all in check. I stepped through the door. I stepped correct. It was like every Busta Rhymes video was just nuts to me when I was a kid because he was just like very animated. Same with Missy Elliott too. Like I listened to all that shit. Like, but yeah, like they were all just very animated, and that just let me know that it was okay for me as an African American to be myself and be a character and put that shit on. You feel me?
Exactly. And I think it's always good to like step outside the box.
Most definitely, man. Well, I'm stepping inside the box because it's Deady Casket.
Pretty much. So everyone watch out.
You dig?
So you said you also like punk rock. What's some of like your favorite like all-time punk rock bands?
I really don't. I'm not gonna sit here and bluff. I don't know bands by names. I know bands by songs.
Oh yeah. Well, then what are some of your top punk songs?
Well, give me some names and I can tell you. Name some punk bands off and I can tell you what songs I like from them if you can.
Bad Religion.
Bad Religion. See, I'm bad with names, bro. I listen to too much music to like really like zone in and become a super fan of everything,
Oh yeah, that's pretty much how I be. I tell people I just like music in general. If I vibe to it and I like it, cool.
And that's the thing about me, like I really don't care who it is. I just care how it makes me feel. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's why the best book I always recommend to people to read, it's called This Is Your Brain on Music, The Science of a Human Mind. And it explains why we like certain types of music. Maybe it's the words that are relatable, or sometimes something the beat makes us that we like. It's a really good read.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna check that out, man. Inbox me that. I'm gonna definitely go buy it off Amazon. I know it's on there, goddammit.
Hell yeah. And then what are some of like your, like, if you had to pick, what is like your top favorite like horror movie franchise or just horror movies in general?
Oh man, well, I can break it down with my whole aesthetic. Like if you've seen Deady Casket, like one is the hair. That's from Chucky.
Yep.
The hair's from Chucky, right?
Uh-huh.
And then we got this side of the face. Who does that remind you of? A little bit of Freddy.
Yep.
Got the Freddy. And then over here, that's a little bit of Michael Myers with Daddy's real face. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And then I got the jacket. That's Candyman.
That movie, I remember that movie even to this day scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, so I mean, Candyman, that's the jacket, and then my weapon of choice is the chain, which I got from Ghost Rider. You know what I mean? So those are all like, I like Ghost Rider, I like fucking Michael Myers, Chucky, Freddy Krueger, all those, Candyman, all those are like who Deady Casket embodies. You feel me?
Hell yeah. Like me and the missus recently watched the new Candyman, and we watched it, we liked it, and it creeped us out. It made us feel like we were watching the original. It creeped us out.
The thing that I loved about it is they modernized it. They didn't get stuck in the times. They made it fit the current century. You know what I mean? I like that shit because like a lot of remakes are fuck ups, man. I'm sorry to say they fuck them. They fuck the movies up. Same with sequels too. They fuck the movies up. You know what I mean? But
exactly.
The classics are the classics, man. I'm gonna say definitely Michael Myers is on the top, Chucky's on the top, Candyman, Freddy, like all those first movies, man, classics, man.
Hell, even that like very first like Friday the 13th, where his mom was still the killer, that's like classic.
Man, Jason, man, classic. Can't forget about Jason, man.
Hell yeah. And then what is like the first like horror movie that you remember watching that legit scared the shit out of you, or that still does?
I was a kid and I was watching TV and I was watching the original It. My mom told me to go to sleep. My badass stayed up and watched It, and I regretted that shit for weeks.
Yeah, that role is just perfect. Tim Curry was perfect for that role.
The original It, I don't give a fuck how old that movie gets. It's still creepy as fuck.
It is, and that's why I actually liked about the new ones. Is the new ones were legit creepy, and they were actually good.
They were. That's one franchise that leveled it up and didn't screw it up. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like I tell people, if you watch the new ones, you have to like pretend that you're a kid or a teenager or preteen watching it. You have to pretend you're the kids in that movie, and you're like, oh, now I see why it's scary.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, when I was a kid, man, seeing It for the first time, that fucked me up. I ain't gonna lie. That was the first creepy movie I saw.
Yeah, I think the first real movie that scared me when I was younger was probably the original Pet Sematary.
Oh man, Pet Sematary was crazy.
I still love that movie to this day, though.
Have you seen The People Under the Stairs?
I haven't, but I heard that's a legit good one.
What? That movie is fucking nuts, man.
Hell yeah.
I feel like the feel of horror movies have changed because they came a little bit. It's become a little cliche, but when you go dig into those crates for those classics, you'll be like, man, these are great movies, man.
Exactly. That's why I'm liking like a lot of this like new age dark music or wicked shit in horrorcore, because when you hear it, it's like, damn, this song could be like in the soundtrack to like a movie or something.
And that's the thing we got to change. Like that's what I'm working on myself. I'm working on a short film, and I'm really gonna be immersed into everything with the horror genre. You know, not just the music, not just the aesthetic, but I'm actually gonna make films. You know what I mean? Short films, and hopefully I'll get to a feature film.
Hell yeah, and that's one thing I like when people are multi-diverse in their art and stuff.
Yep, my film's called Deady. I've already started shooting it. Hopefully I'll get I want to have at least a 28 minute feature, you know, something in the range of, you know, sitting down and actually enjoying something, you know.
Hell yeah. Well, whenever that comes out, send it my way and I'll even do a review on it.
Oh, will do, man. I will do. I was in Minneapolis a couple months back. I filmed some kill scenes, so they're looking pretty fucking sick, man.
Hell yeah. And even you're always welcome to come back on the show to promote that, even when it's a movie or just any project.
Yeah, let's get it, man. I'm always down to come sit down on the Chaos Hour anytime, man.
Hell yeah. And then what is actually some of like your favorite foods of all time that you can always eat and never get tired of eating? No matter.
Tacos, man. Give me all the tacos. Because you know, tacos is that one food that is so diverse. You can put whatever you want in a fucking taco. I want a hamburger. Boom, taco. I want fried chicken. Boom, taco.
Yep. It's like, I want fish, taco.
Taco. I want shrimp, taco. I want steak, taco. Like, everything goes in a fucking taco.
Hell yeah. That was actually an episode on one of my cooking shows. They had to like make different tacos from different parts of the world, and there was even such thing as a Chinese taco, and I forget what all they put in. I'm like, damn, that looks good.
Man, I'll eat any taco. You give me them tacos, man.
Well, since you live in Colorado, I don't know if there was any of these in Indianapolis, but have you tried Fuzzy's Taco Shop yet?
No, I haven't tried Fuzzy yet.
Yeah, it's like a Tex-Mex like restaurant. It's like Mexican food based out of Texas, but it's so fucking good. Like their shrimp Baja tacos are so good.
Okay. Well, next time I'm in a town where they got Fuzzies, I'm stopping there. Fuzzies, goddamn it. Be ready for Deady, goddamn it.
Yeah, or if you ever come down here to Florida, I'll take you there.
We're gonna make it happen.
Like you never thought that like feta cheese would taste good in a taco, but oh my God.
I can only imagine. Now you got me hungry for tacos.
And I just love cheese in general. Like in this house, we say cheese is life.
Yeah, I feel that. Cheese is cool. I like me a good queso here and there once in a while.
Yeah, there's also a lot of good like Jamaican restaurants down here in Florida, good Cuban places.
Oh man, you make me want to come to Florida. I love to eat. I'm a foodie myself, man.
Yeah, I learned that when I moved down here that a lot of my favorite food is like Southern food. So when I moved down here, I finally tried grits for the first time, and oh my God, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a chef myself. Anybody out there that really knows me knows I'm a master in the kitchen. I'm a motherfucking magician in the kitchen, man. I cook a lot of different shit.
Yeah, there's a good chicken joint down here. It's called Lovebird.
Nice.
Now, when you see the sign, you're like a pink rooster Lovebird. You think it's an adult like store or something. You're like, oh, it's a restaurant. You're like, oh, it's a restaurant.
You're like, oh shit! I thought I was coming here for the lubrication.
Yeah, I actually used to work with this Jamaican dude back when I lived in Denver, and he would like make like that Jamaican jerk chicken, and he'd bring it into everyone at work, and God, that shit was good.
Yeah, we got this place called Pimentos back home in Minneapolis, man. They got some good ass jerk chicken, plantain, man. Well, Jamaican patties, man, just delicious, man.
Oh yeah. Well, since you live in Colorado, there will be some like Mexican restaurants I recommend to you that are really good.
Oh yeah, I went to a couple dope Mexican joints out here. They're pretty fucking tight. So yeah, I finally found a good place to get some birria tacos with some consomme. Goddamn it.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of good like food trucks up there in like Colorado, like especially street taco places.
Hell yeah, that was the first time I had it out here. I went to a taco truck, man. That shit was, I can't even remember the name of it, but it was by the bar areas down there. It was good ass tacos, man. I wish I would have got more.
Hell yeah. And who are some people that you would like to work with no matter who it is? Like, I think everything is possible. Like, nothing is impossible. If anything's shown, anything is possible these days.
Word. I want to work with Travis Barker.
Hell yeah.
I want to work with Machine Gun Kelly. I want to work with Busta Rhymes. I want to work with Tech Nine. I want to work with Ice Cube.
Yeah.
I want to work with Snoop Dogg. ICP, obviously. I want to work with ICP. Scar-Lord would be dope as fuck. Let me think. It's a lot of people out there, man. As far as like when you think about rock bands, I would love to work with Ozzy. That would be a dream come true. Maybe Post Malone would be dope. I can't think of the group name. Goddamn, they fucking go hard. They would. I don't know. So many people out there, man. I just want anybody that's striving for success, high level, mid level, low level. If you got good music, let's fucking work. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, if you're making good vibes, that's who I want to work with.
I think you and City Morgue would probably sound dope together.
Oh yeah, Zilla Kami, City Morgue, all of them. I would go crazy on one of the tracks with them.
Those dudes, when they are live, the best way to explain their show, it's like a fucking war zone.
You want to know what's so crazy? On Halloween, I was at City Morgue's after party, and those motherfuckers were like gawking me, like looking at me crazy, like, who the fuck is this nigga? Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, they put on a very good show. Ghostman, I remember seeing him at the Gathering. That dude's show is fucking dope.
Ghostman would be a dope ass collab too, man. Ghostman, yeah, that would be fucking lit.
Yeah, the way I always described it, I always said Ghostman is like the Marilyn Manson of like trap rap or just like rap.
Yep, I agree. I could see that. He's got the Manson vibe for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember like showing like my girlfriend like Ghostman, and she thought there was like two different people, and I was like, no, that's the same dude. She's like, wow, he could change the tone of his voice like that quick. I'm like, yep.
He's sick for sure.
Like first he does all fast rapping, and then he does all grungy type shit.
Hell yeah, you know, Yellow Wolf would be a dope ass feature too, man. Yellow Wolf.
Oh yeah, I fucking love Yellow Wolf.
I fuck with Yellow Wolf. You go hard.
That dude puts on such a good show. Like I saw him live at the Gathering 2018. He's getting fireworks thrown in his face, and he's still performing. That dude's a straight G.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, man. Yeah. Travis Scott would be a dope ass collab. Trippie Redd would be dope. You know. Anybody, bro. I'm just trying to work, man.
Hell yeah! And have you actually played the Gathering, or do you hope to someday?
I'll shout out to Doc Gruesome. I definitely do a track with Doc Gruesome. Dead Camp too. You know, gang shit, man.
Oh yeah, those are my dudes.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's another person that I like that's like so diverse is like Doc Gruesome. He's so diverse with his music.
Doc is diverse, yeah, for sure. I fuck with Doc, yeah. For sure. But yeah, any and everybody that's striving for success, man, you got some good vibes, man. Let's create some energy.
Hell yeah. Another rapper, in my opinion, that doesn't get a lot of credit. I mean, everyone gives him a lot of credit, but he deserves a lot more credit is fucking Brother Lynch Hung.
Brother Lynch, he does not get the flowers he deserves at all.
Exactly. Like I always tell people, yes, in the Midwest, there you guys had Esham. Well, on the West Coast and in Colorado, where I grew up, our version of Esham was like Brother Lynch and Insane Poetry.
Yep. Insane Poetry, they go hard. What?
Yeah, like some of the people that have become like my greatest mentors, like in this industry that have always given me the best advice is Insane Poetry and Scum.
Word. The person that's given me the best advice so far that I've met in this game, like I had a really good sit down with Bone Crusher, and he just chopped it up with me and just let me know the ins and outs of the game and a lot of his decisions and shit. I was like, I asked him like, so was Never Scared the song that you wanted to put out? He's like, no, man, that's the industry. That's the label's choice. They're putting their money behind it. That's what they chose. I had other songs that I wanted to go with, but he just told me some real game.
Hell yeah. And have you actually played like a Gore Fest or a Gathering, or would you like to someday?
Man, I have not. I've been trying to get on anything that is that type of genre. Like I wish I could play, the Gathering of the Juggalos or, any of that shit, man. I would love to play that shit because I know personally that I will rip that shit and a star will be fucking born, God damn it.
Well, all I gotta say is if you make that happen, let's make that happen. Let's try to get an event together at the Gathering where I introduce you to the stage.
Oh yeah, let's make it happen, bro, because I'm telling you, my live show is nuts. And speaking of live shows, I got a show coming up on Saturday. Yep.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, if you're in the Denver area, pop out, man. Pop the fuck out.
Well, and since I know Scum, definitely let him know I sent you. And I know Scum will definitely probably let you open up some spots at the Roxy because Scum's that humble dude.
Yeah, no doubt. I've chopped it up with Scum a couple times. I tried to get on the was it Dead Fest that they have up here, or what was he just did something in September, I believe. I was trying to get on that show.
That was Gore Fest.
Gore Fest. Yeah, I was trying to get on Gore Fest, but they had already had too many. I talked to people. They told me they overbooked, so I was like, it's all good, maybe next year,
Yeah, and that's the one thing about Scum. When you hear his music, you're like, damn, this dude must be intimidating. You meet him in person, he's like the most chill, humble dude.
Yeah, that's the same way people think about me. Like they hear my music, they're like, oh shit, they see my aesthetic, they're like, oh shit. And they talk to me, they're like, damn, bro, you chill as fuck.
Another dude I think you would like you probably heard of him, is Chuckles. That's my bro.
Yeah, Chuckles, yeah, I heard of Chuckles, yeah.
That dude can fucking scream like, whoo.
Yeah. Screaming, man, you gotta find your range because that can fuck up your whole voice, man.
Oh yeah, and for those who haven't seen your show, what would you describe like the atmosphere of your show? What is it like?
The atmosphere of my shows are usually really artsy and chill. I usually do like mixed media shows where there's people that are actually going to be painting and there's people that have vendors and all that shit. You know, there's a lot of different vibes there. But as far as the show, you're going to mosh with me. You're going to get turned the fuck up. You're going to get the energy. You're going to feel the rage. You're going to have a good time. And you're going to definitely get home safe. That's how my vibes are in my show.
Hell yeah. And we're actually thinking of putting together an annual event down here in Florida, and it's going to be called like Karma Fest. And every year it's going to be like a charity. So like the artists come down and they perform for a good charity. So whenever we get that up and running, we would definitely love you to come down here and perform.
Yeah, man, let me know, man. Let me know. I'm all for it, man. Especially if it's for charitable cause, because that's just the humanitarian in me, man. Like I want to be able to change people's lives, not just my own. And I know my mission is bigger than me, and that's why I'm just going so hard right now. You know.
Exactly. Like in the community, I was given the name like the Karma Millionaire because I just help and promote people, and I just put them on and ask for nothing else in return.
Good things are gonna come your way, man.
Exactly. And that's what people always tell me. And even like the guests that we've had, they're like, you guys, the podcasters, make it possible for us to come on your show and help promote us.
Most definitely, man. So shout out to all the initiative and creators out there that take the time to put podcasts and radio stations together, because we need y'all like we need DJs. We need y'all more than DJs now. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. And before we let you go, do you have any like last words or shout outs, or what else can people expect, and where can people follow you?
All righty. My name is Deady Casket. You can follow me at Deady Casket on Instagram. Just type in DEADY Casket, simple spelling. As far as what I got coming up, like I said, I got my short film Dead Deady coming out hopefully by next year. I have a comic book releasing coming out. I have an action figure coming out. I have a new website and merchandise that I will be dropping hopefully this weekend. So stay tuned for DeadyCasket.com. Like I said, I do have a show 11/11. That's tomorrow. Well, on Saturday. It's a Underworld Vendetta at 1919 Gallery, 1436 Tremont Palace. Got my boy Ralphie Sway, Mr. Pharaoh, Zudico, Nightcrawler, Pixie Fairy, myself, Deady Casket, No Love Gang, Fear Sator, Playmore, Psycho Felix, and my boy Bally.
Hell yeah. And you're always welcome back on the show anytime, man. And just keep up the great work.
Oh, shit. Lights went out. I'm back. Thanks, Don. I appreciate you, gang. And I will definitely stay in tune. You guys stay in tune with me. Fucking energy to y'all and stay dead.
Hell yeah. Later, man.
Gang, gang. Later, friends.
Later. Hell yeah, y'all. That was fucking dope. This was a fucking dope interview. Fuck yes. This was a fucking great interview. Again, links down to our guest, Casket. His social medias are down below. His link tree. Deady, make sure you go follow him on all social media. His link tree is down below. Make sure you follow your boy, Don Chaos, on all social medias. Make sure you check my sponsors down below, which I'm pointing to up there. Blind Death Clothing. Shouts to them. They're my sponsors, so go down below and get yourself some Blind Death Clothing swag. And yeah, this was a very great episode, y'all. Hell yeah. Thank you, Deadman Crow, for for coming on the show and co-hosting for a little bit. And yeah, what's up, Nobody Man? I see you there. And then definitely make sure you guys peep Lady Chaos on all her social medias. And peep the latest episode of Let's Sesh from this week. And then also, you can definitely check out the Hours of Chaos podcast playlist down below, where you can watch past episodes of the Hours of Chaos podcast, including this one that is live right now. And again, there's also going to be a new Dawn Chaos store up and running. So yeah, make sure you like and subscribe, and we will see you guys next time. Same chaos place, same chaos time. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Thursday. This is Dawn Chaos. If you don't know about this show by now, chat, let them hear it. If you don't know by now, then, and if you don't know, then. So yeah. Deuces, y'all. And who else would you guys like to see on the show? So, this is going to be dope. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Deuces, y'all. Gonna go chill with the one and only lovely, beautiful Lady Chaos. Deuces, y'all.